Hey guys, Ben here. Welcome back to another live stream. We are here with Andy and Declan, aka DC Central. Welcome back to this live stream. This is episode 117, and we're going to be talking about some interesting topics today, but we don't have like too much. There's not been that much news in the past week, but obviously we're here to talk. So if you guys want to interact in the chat, if you have any interesting topics you want to bring up or any questions you have for us, please be sure to send them in throughout the live stream. We can answer DCU questions, Arrowverse questions. It can be to do with Marvel. Like, it doesn't matter, guys. We'll answer it as long as it's reasonable. And talking about reasonable, if we're going to start this stream, we've got some super chats that were sent in before the stream started. And again, if you want to send in any super chats, we'll be sure to answer them straight away, like Gary. Don't know how much we can actually answer from Gary's super chats, but it's an interesting way to start the stream, to say the least. But first things first, how are you guys doing on this week? Well,
good.
It's New Year, I guess.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. Yeah, I'm good.
Started off the year decent.
Yeah, pretty good.
Same old, same old.
I worked all throughout Christmas and New Year as per usual, but yeah, that's standard for me.
Yeah, fair enough. What about you, Andy?
I had the holidays were good. I felt it went by a little too quickly.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm ready for the snow to just get the fuck out of my yard. I don't like there's just too much white outside right now. It's too cold. I can't even take one step outside without even tripping. So for people who are like, Andy, you should drive. I'm like, no, this is why I don't drive. So But 2024 is, for me at least, off to a good start. The entertainment industry, I think, is, always a twist and turn. Marvel is losing like all their actors. So not that Ben would care because he hates everything Marvel. And
no, we can talk about that later. That's something interesting in my opinion. I like the MCU. I just prefer DC. That's all.
Do your top 5 MCU movies right now?
Top 5 off the top of my head. Okay.
Well, that's what top means. So
yeah, I know. Favorite probably Avengers, Infinity War, maybe, or Captain America, Winter Soldier. I don't really have like a definitive top 5. Like I could just say like random films. Like I don't know. You put me on the spot. I'm not like a Marvel guy. I don't have a list ready in my head. I'm sure Deck has one in his head, right?
Declan, do you have a top 5 like all-time favorite MCU films?
These aren't necessarily ranked, but like No Way Home, Infinity War, Endgame, which I guess is kind of like one really. Yeah. Thor Ragnarok, Winter Soldier, and then one more.
Maybe the first Iron Man movie?
Homecoming. I love Homecoming.
Yeah, okay. Now I'm looking at a list, just to remind myself what there is. I would definitely say I like Infinity War, Endgame. I like Ant-Man and the Wasp. Thought that was really funny. Probably Captain America.
Sorry.
Captain America.
Back up.
Huh?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I know not everyone likes it that much. But yeah, for me, I was actually in America watching it, and I was like, "This is funny." Like, I just
so you were just kissing up to the Americans. That's why you were doing.
But yeah,
that's like bottom tier MCU for me. I don't like that movie.
Yeah, the entire Ant-Man trilogy for me, I'm just like, I could have lived without. I always wanted.
The new one was pretty dead.
All 3 of them were pretty dead. The
first one was pretty dead.
The guy who was supposed to do Ant-Man from the beginning.
Edgar Wright.
Yeah. Oh fuck! I wanted that so much. And then he worked on it for like 8 years, and then we're parting ways. I'm like, what did you all do for 8 years?
Yeah.
So and then we got mediocre stuff with Paul Rudd is funny. He's fine. But yeah, for me personally, I don't care about Ant-Man and anti-vaxxers. So for me, and then third one, I feel like it has that film does a little bit for the multiverse saga, but it's pretty forgettable.
All I'll say is I feel stronger about DC films. That's just
right. But it's
my head.
The fact that you were like maybe Captain America Winter Soldier. I'm like, what? That's like the best Captain America movie.
I know, it's great. It's like I love the MCU films, especially when they came out like back in the day. But I just got like this big fatigue now that is like I've kind of just forgot about it because I've just become like too overwhelmed by like all these films, all the TV shows. I think after WandaVision and Loki, like I just lost track, to be honest. But I actually really like WandaVision. That's a project that I really liked. So that would definitely go in my top 5. I like Shang-Chi too. Thought that was quite good.
Chong-Chi, not that.
Shang-Chi. Yeah,
No, you went Shang-Chi.
Well, I sound like an American, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've never heard it pronounced correctly then, so that's my fault. But yeah, DCEU, like if you know, off the top of my head, I'm thinking I love Wonder Woman, the first one. I love the first Shazam. I love Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like those films are so good. And so yeah, I guess I feel just like stronger about them. I like the first Aquaman. The Suicide Squad's very funny. Yeah. Anyway,
I've finally seen Aquaman 2 now, by the way.
Oh, you have? Okay, let's get exclusive from Andy then.
I'm actually gonna share something that I refuse to do it on Twitter, but at this point, like, I mean no offense, but like, for the first time in probably my adult life, I actually fell asleep in the theater watching that film.
Fair enough. Like I know you weren't interested as well.
Like, but no, but I was arguing with myself. I'm like, no, and it's because you've been working so much and you haven't slept for a lot. So, but then when I came out of the theater, I'm like, what the fuck was that movie about? And I had to go up on Wikipedia immediately to look at the plot synopsis. So it was fine. It was all right. I think the visuals were very pretty. I would have loved more Mira. I will say, I know that's a hot take. Also, the post-credit scene, I'm like, really? This is how we're saying goodbye to
No. I completely agree. Like we said back in our review, like we said it's a funny post-credit scene.
Yeah, because everyone around me, they were laughing, but I said they were going like...
Yeah, but in context of it being the final post-credit scene in the DCEU, it's very disappointing, right? But it's funny in the context of the film and the character. But retrospectively, you look at it and you're like, okay, that's just what it.
I just was like, I spent 10 years of my life only for this to be the final shot. I was like, like now I'm like you released the Ben Affleck scene that we were supposed to get, or whatever fucking Batman shot scenes for this movie. I'd rather have that than see Patrick Wilson.
I think after 10 years of the DCEU, I'm quite happy to land with Patrick Wilson's face as the last shot.
I mean, listen, he's very pretty. He's very pretty, but I was just like, is he cockroach? Like, what? What are we doing here? So it was, if that felt like a very MCU move, to be honest. But I probably give it like a 3 out of 10.
Okay. Oh, that's low. 3 out of 10. Wait, Deck, what's yours?
I'd probably agree with that. Maybe even a 2. Wow. I didn't like it at all.
How about we meet in the middle? 2.5.
2.5. Yeah, we'll go with that.
I think I gave it like, maybe I didn't do it out of 10, but if I did it out of 10, maybe I'd do like 6.
Oh, you fucking 5, maybe. Oh, you fucking chill.
No, but that's like distinctly average, but like I enjoyed it. Like I told you.
I think if I recall, I gave it a 1.5 star on Letterboxd, so I guess that translates to like a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, that does. Yeah. So I think I gave it 3.5 out of 5. So that's like just above average. Like I enjoyed it. And I could watch it again, I guess, but yeah.
You don't have to.
No, I'm probably not going to for a long time. Like
because you don't have to.
Snyder Cut or like Wonder Woman or something like that. Or Shazam. But yeah, welcome to the live stream, guys. We jump right into the deep end with that. Of course, let us know, what do you rank the DCU, rank MCU? Do you like The Flash? Do you like Aquaman and Lost Kingdom? Let us know. Is Aquaman 2 your number 1 film or not? Let us know.
If there's anybody whose favorite DCEU film is Aquaman 2, I'd like to meet that person.
I would like to offer him an exclusive interview for Screener and be like, so how many times did your mother drop you as a baby on your head? No, listen, I was in it. out of all the DC films out of the DCEU films we've gotten, like Flash, Shazam, Wonder Woman 2, and Black Adam, like I think Aquaman, at least visually, they did the best VFX of all of them, because I did love going back to Atlantis and going back to just all these other, again, just seeing James Wan like having fun with creatures. I was like, yeah, this guy, like, he belongs in horror. So I'm glad.
Yeah, I mean, the zombies look cool, don't they? But
yeah,
I mean, I like the look of the villain in Aquaman 2. Like, those scenes were very cool, but then the whole story just doesn't really like come together like you want it to, I guess.
What I think would have made a difference for me if I didn't know that the actor plays Black Man, that it was going over to Marvel, like, because I was kind of they're so obviously he's amazing, but like they're obviously killing him. So for me, I was kind of like, I kind of wish that the casting hadn't already happened, so that way I could have been like, so what are they gonna do with Black Manta? Because I'm like, maybe his, they're gonna sneak in a little Aqualad references, he's his son or whatnot. But I'm like, nope, he was just like, I'd rather die than be saved by you, Arthur. He just, I'm like, wow, he petty as fuck. I'm like, that was like probably the only time I laughed. I was the only in the theater who laughed at that, and I had people looking at me like, you liked him dying? I'm like, no, didn't like him dying. I like the fact that he was just like, nah, I'd rather die than be touched by you.
Wow, confirmed, guys. Andy laughs at people dying. Wow, in movies.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There we go.
But yeah, let's go over Gary's super chats. Can't answer all of them, I'm afraid, Gary. I appreciate the super chats. He sends in 4. He says, what can we say, guys? What can we say? Come on, give me help here.
I can answer it. Yes, during the first year. 2, none of your business. 3, faster than probably you do. And 4, Ben probably wants to have kids at some point.
Fair enough. I think this is like the only reasonable one that I can pop on screen, I guess, right? But yeah, thank you, Gary. That's Andy's fast and quick answers for you.
For Ben, like, this is what Ben knows.
On behalf,
Yeah. Well, you know what I am. Have you guys seen Key and Peele, like that? The comedy duo. So basically, Ben in this situation, he's Obama. I'm Luther. I'm his angry translator. So I'm just giving him like answers in a very angry way.
Giving him the straight answer,
Yeah. Well, I can't give anything straight anymore. So.
Yeah,
I have been like this all week with everyone who's talking to me. Like, I make everything into a gay joke now. They're like, okay, they're like, okay, we get it. You came out. I'm like, good.
Okay.
But Ben as a father, I think that would be very entertaining.
Ben as a father confirmed.
But I'm not going to be the mother, so I don't look at me.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, let's go into our 2024 picks, and we're going to talk about DC first, then we'll get onto other projects that we're excited about, whether it's TV shows or films or anything like that. So please be sure to get involved in the chat. Let us know what you're looking forward to this year. Since we're in the new year, I thought it's right that we kind of talk about the projects that are coming. Because, like I said, no real news at the moment, because we're just, going into New Year. It's just been the holidays. So I think everyone's just getting back to work, including Superman and Lois. They're actually filming in 1 week from today. So, maybe some content next week.
Road trip. Let's go to Vancouver one last time. Let's wreck the set. Let's go.
Will they do set visits, or have they scrapped that since COVID?
I wouldn't know. I have never been invited to one.
I thought you would.
I see you, CW. I see you. No, I mean, honestly, I think COVID definitely killed it. I heard there were rumblings that they were trying to do something last year, but I think they was just. I think Warner Bros. Is just so cheap right now; they can't even spend money on anything right now.
Yeah, I mean, for those visits, do they pay for them to come, like their flights?
Yeah. No, they will fly out. They fly out the people who.
They really want, like, EW and stuff like that, right?
So. You would think, but like they haven't done it in a hot minute. I think they just do everything on Zoom and stuff like that, just because it's cheaper, and they can still do like profile piece and stuff like that, but just
Yeah.
But I'm sure Canada Grads will have plenty to share with us next week when he's on set.
He's gonna be eyes peeled for everything. What's up, Chris? Welcome to the live stream. Hello, Alessia. Oh, yeah, the only redeeming feature of Aquaman 2 was Patrick. I think we agree. I don't know about Andy. Do you agree with that?
He's very pretty. So yeah, for me
His
that
face
was
is
it
redeeming.
was
His
it
face
was
is redeeming.
yeah, it was just good DC porn for me. Like I was just like I don't really care what they're actually like trying to solve here. I'm like they're just two hot men just trying to like stop another hot man. Like for me, like I didn't I would have to read the Wikipedia page just to know what the plot was. I'm like, why did he need a trident? Why did he need a baby? It was a very cute baby, by the way. I will say it was a cute baby, but yeah, I
At
don't
least
know.
it's not a CGI baby like the Flash. I will say that. I'm grateful. Thanks, DC.
I know.
Thanks,
I never thought that's something I'd yearn for in a movie, but there you go. 2023 has been a wild ride.
Yeah,
of
it's
having
been crazy.
of having a baby shower.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Baby shower.
Is that too soon? Is that too soon?
I did a pub quiz recently, and one of the questions was to do with the Flash baby shower. So I'll have you guys know I got the question right. Baby shower, worst scene of the year, I think. But okay, Gary says, when do you think Superman Lois will come out? Okay, we got a good question from Gary here. Can actually answer this. Pop it up on the screen. Shout out to Gary for the super chats. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Gary, I think we said previously on other streams, it's definitely going to be in the summer, but they could wait till the fall. I think that pretty much sums it up. Like it could be as early as the summer or as late as the fall, but they should be finished in like April. So yeah, I think that's your answer for you. But let's talk about 2024, the films and TV shows coming. Let's talk DC first. So obviously we got Superman Lois season 4. That's the final Arrowverse show. Yes, it's not technically in the main Arrowverse, but it's the final remnant of this Elseworlds universe that we had. And then we got the Penguin. That is a HBO Max or a Max show now. That's coming out later this year. Do we know a release date for the Penguin?
I think they said fall because they had to push it back because of the strikes. Because they just
wasn't it originally like April or something?
It was like early this. It was going to be early this year, but then the strikes went on as long as they did. So I think now they had this. There was like a release schedule or something where they were like Penguin fall or something. Because I think they just started filming this week again because they had some stuff to wrap up.
Yeah, because of the strikes, they had to stop and. Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense they got delayed. So, are we looking forward to Superman Lois first? You guys?
Sure. I'm exempt from this.
Sure.
You need to catch up. And I remember you saying that you're like, you're not excited because it's the final season or something, right?
No, I was more like, it doesn't feel like it's going to be the show that we came to love. Because now that they've done so many budget cuts and it's going to be such a short season and like, I don't know if I want I don't know if I need a season of Lex being the big bad. I like Michael Douglas as Lex, I do, but I'm like it just felt so basic to just go back to him when we've had such great villains over the last 3 seasons. Different types of villain because that was only something Todd Helping always talked about. That I wanted to use villains that haven't been featured before and so on. And then
Lex has been so widely featured. So yeah.
Lex is. He's literally he's in Smallville for 7 seasons. He was on Lois and Clark. Supergirl. He was literally the final Crisis, and he's gonna be in Superman Legacy, and so now, and he was on Titans, so he's been everywhere. I don't mind if we've done another human villain. I think that would have been still great, but like the fact that we're now going back to something that's already been done before,
Yeah, I mean, they could have gone for something different, something more unique for the final season, I guess. Because I feel like their villains have been good, like since the show started. Like I really liked last season. Onomatopoeia was cool, and that whole link with Lois. And then in the previous season, you have Bizarro. I didn't really like Ali that much, but it is what it is with that story. Just that cult just didn't really fully translate. I think it kind of lost at some people, but then the first season was good as well with Maxwell Lord and Tauro. So
yeah.
Are you planning to catch up, Deck, before Superman Lois starts?
to be honest, at this point, I'm probably just going to end up waiting until the entire show's up
and then
go
watch
back
the whole
and
thing,
then go back to it. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to get spoiled on it regardless. So
yeah, sorry.
What? Twitter would never do that.
Really? Yeah,
No,
get on
never,
Twitter.
never. They wait till everyone on the planet has seen it, and then they start posting the first spoilers for the one episode at a time per week, and then so everything is totally fine online.
Totally
Yep.
respectful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm probably just gonna end up waiting at this point. I'm not really in a rush. Like there's still like a couple of final seasons from the Arrowverse I'm not fully caught up on.
Like Legends for me.
Yeah, Legends, back
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights, yeah.
Oh yeah, that show existed.
So it's one of them. I'll get to it.
Yeah, and for the Penguin, how are we feeling? Because I have to say for myself, I love the Batman. I watched him many times, and I'm really looking forward to seeing anything from this Matt Reeves universe. Like, I think it's cool they're doing TV shows. I think for the films, they should limit it to just a trilogy. I don't want them to try and be too expansive, because I think what they've set up isn't, a kind of DCU. It isn't similar at all. It's more contained. It's more like, that first Joker film, I guess. It just felt like its own thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's good if they stick to it. So what are we thinking about the Penguin then?
I mean, I'm excited for it. I think I'm still of the opinion that I kind of wish they weren't doing spin-offs, just because I'm really getting sick and tired of like everything having, especially TV show spin-offs, because it feels like such a commitment. It feels so heavy. But I did love the Batman. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Loved Colin Farrell in the role. Like a very different interpretation, but a brilliant one nonetheless. I think I need to see some footage really. I know they've released a couple of.
They haven't released enough. Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't really released like a proper trailer yet. So we still don't really have a feel for like the vibe of it or what the story really is going to be. Like we know a general idea, but nothing too in detail. So I think I need to see a bit more of it. I think it could be really good though. I think it could be a really interesting expansion on that world, and obviously this could be like a nice little bridging gap between part 1 and part 2. So yeah, I am looking forward to seeing what it is. I wouldn't say I'm like super excited about it, but I'm certainly interested.
What about you, Andy, for the Penguin?
I'm excited for 10 seasons of the Penguin, and I cannot wait to see characters on the Penguin get their own spin-off. No, I'm kind of with Declan a little bit with like, I don't think everything in the Batman universe needs a spin-off. This would be kind of like a good bridge between each movie, where like we have the Batman, then we have Penguin, then we get the Batman Part 2, and then we can maybe get another limited event series, maybe like a Catwoman show or something, or other villains that are trying to explore in the Batman verse. So
more like an extension of the films, right?
More like a companion piece almost. Like I don't, because the thing is, like, I honestly don't know like how long that franchise will go on. I think like they will do a trilogy, at most maybe a sequel to. Like I don't expect Robert Pattinson to be playing Batman for 9 movies. Like I think at most he might do 6 at maximum, and then like he, I don't know, maybe he dies in the sixth
in
one
real life.
No, in the 6th. Because it was scary enough when he was like the first one who got COVID out of all DC. I was like panicking. It was like fucking frightening. I'm like,
no. I remember Tom Hanks. I thought Tom Hanks was dead because he got COVID.
It was a rough time. We were all just like reading the news, being like, "Not Tom. You can't take Tom."
No, don't take him. Don't take him.
Well, like now, any day now, anytime that when someone like a celebrity is trending on Twitter, it's either like, "Oh no, they died," or I'm like, "Oh no, are they the next Me Too?"
Yeah, there was this thing about John Williams and him not retiring. I was like, "Oh shit, he's dead."
Oh.
When you just see a publicity photo of someone on like a black background. Oh.
Yeah. We need the trade to stop doing that. Like it's really like, I'm like, you don't need to make it
like it gets in your head.
Yeah, like they're doing it on purpose because like they want clicks. Like they totally want clicks from that. But no, I think I was very surprised by Colin Farrell as Penguin, because I came to really love Robin Lord Taylor's version on Gotham, and with Colin Farrell, like he's kind of hit or miss for me. But seeing just what he did in the Batman was just insane that I'm like, I still have to remind myself, like, oh, that's him. Like, it's not like a different person. Like, that's him underneath the makeup and the prosthetic and so on. So I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with this. But yeah, like I'm like with Declan, like I don't need spin-offs for everything. And I'm hoping that if we do any more spin-offs, it should be limited event series. And the next one I would prefer would be Catwoman, honestly. So
yeah, I think Catwoman, like I loved Zoe's
Kravitz,
take on Catwoman and Batman. I think honestly, she's one of the best people who has done it so far. Like I really personally like Anne Hathaway. I know not everyone's a big Dark Knight Rises fan.
Oh,
but
she's fucking phenomenal. But I mean, I know you're just lying, right? Because you're actually a big Halle Berry Catwoman fan. Like that's your favorite Catwoman.
I will tell you, I've actually never watched that film, so I can't comment. No comment, guys. I know that's bad as a DC fan.
Well, for the next member stream on DCTVshow, we will be doing a Catwoman watch along.
Okay.
We'll see.
I can't put myself through that again.
No, don't. And neither could I. But I, like just to see him suffer, like it's worth it because it's like, it's like when I lost a bet to a friend a few years ago, and I had to start watching, I had to watch the Fantastic as the punishment, and I'm like, this is painful. Like this is like Jar Jar Binks painful. So but how can you call yourself a DC fan never seen like the original Catwoman movie, Ben? Like
I don't know.
What were you doing to
It's barely a DC movie. Like
I know.
She's not even.
I don't know. It's got this bad reputation.
It's not even Catwoman.
So I never felt the need to see it. But anyway, the next project we got is I don't know what order these are all coming out, but we got Joker 2. I love the first Joker. I know not everyone's a big fan of it, but there is a lot of hardcore Joker fans out there. I really like what they did with that first film. I think they did a lot for the budget they had, and I think I've said this before, but it's a really good blueprint if they want to try and make more money, not spend too much, and set it back. But apparently this film is a musical, and I think it's a waste. Like, I don't know. As much as I love musicals, what's the point? Like, is there any point in doing a Joker sequel if they're just gonna have fun and make it a musical? Like, what's your guys?
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be very funny. I think it's gonna be actually like a very dark musical. Actually, like it's basically what.
Yeah, I know, but does that interest you? Like, is there any point in the film?
I mean, we could say the same about like, was there a point of having a musical crossover with Flash and Supergirl?
No, of course there was no point, but it was a fun episode. So this could be a fun or interesting film.
Yeah, but I'm given how rough it's been for comic book movies these last couple of years with some of them. I'm ready for something new and different.
Maybe it'll be like a good like breath of fresh air, for us, because it's like you said, it's like these films, we're clearly tired of it. Like you've seen the box office. Like even the good films like Blue Beetle, it didn't perform well because I think people just, got major fatigue. So yeah, Joker could be cool because it's different, right? Deck, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I really like the original Joker. It's a film I've gone back to like multiple times since it came out, and I still really enjoy it. Like I think it was a really good experiment for DC where they just took a chance on something a bit wild and something a bit different. And I mean, I never wanted a Joker sequel because I thought it was such a great self-contained movie. And I still look back and laugh hilariously at the comments from the production team where they were like, oh yeah, we're not doing a sequel, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah.
They made $1 billion and they were like, oh, we'll do a sequel. But it's one of them. Like as Andy said, I never thought I'd feel it, but I have been feeling the fatigue this year. When it comes to comic book stuff. Especially, it's like I look back, particularly, it's like Ant-Man in particular. It's just like that one really sticks out to me. It's like what a bland movie, like what a nothing movie.
Fair enough.
So yeah. Joker 2 being a musical, it might be shit. It might be the worst thing we've ever like. It genuinely could be a disaster, but at least it'll be different. It'll be interesting to watch. And I'm kind of here for it, to be honest. Like also we got Lady Gaga in the movie playing Harley Quinn, so you've got a brilliant singer and also a good actress as well, as she's proven recently. And Joaquin Phoenix, can he sing? God knows. He couldn't do a French accent in Napoleon. So God knows what he can actually do. But I'm down to see it. I'm here to see it. I think it could be really. I think it could be really. It's either going to be really good, really bad, or really funny. And I'm here for.
I think
any of
either
those
way we're
outcomes.
gonna like it. Yeah, it's
They,
gonna be
they,
fun.
they can like can't do an accent equals cannot sing. That's like an interesting bridge I didn't see coming. But like I mean, I don't know, like again because I never saw Joaquin Phoenix as a good fit for Joker. Where I was like, he's like Joker, like really.
Mm.
So, but when I saw him, like I was like absolutely terrified by him. So
Yeah, he's scary. Like you don't know what he's gonna do next, right?
yeah, that Oscar he earned it. He fucking earned it.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
totally. I
Yeah.
was like all in for him winning that. So good job to him. I mean, maybe this musical can get nominated for Best Actor. We'll see. But shout out to Danny, who just became a member of the channel. Thank you very much, Danny, for the support. He says, did Ben just say he liked the musical crossover? Yeah, I did. I really enjoyed it. Still one of my favorite Flash episodes, even
I
though
like the
it's
musical crossover as well. I thought it was fun.
I think it's great fun, and I remember I used to always get roasted for saying that it was one of my favorite episodes.
It was one of my favorite
remember
episodes
those
too,
days.
It's a fun episode. It's like something different, like we were saying. So, I'm all in for it. Joker 2, yeah, it's not what I expected in a sequel. I guess that's where I'm coming from. It's like, I didn't think, like you, Deck, I didn't think we needed a sequel to Joker because I just loved the film. I thought it was a really good standalone film, just like the Batman. I don't need another Batman, but it's cool that we're getting another one. I'll take it.
I think the thing that sticks out to me with Joker is like it ends. It didn't need a sequel, and when it ended, I was kind of like, well, if they do a sequel, what are they really going to do? Like the story kind of came full circle, and also the movie ends at a point where it's almost like a there's the classic Joker being a unreliable narrator thing, where it's like there's almost this kind of tease at the end of, oh, was that actually real, or was he just telling a story? As he's like laughing to himself. So I guess in a way, if you're going to do a Joker sequel, just do something completely different. And again, it could be an absolute train wreck, and if it is, I will still enjoy it because at least it'll be funny. Unlike I didn't laugh during Ant-Man. I didn't have a good time. At least if Joker 2 is a shit show, it might be funny, and that'll be worth the price of admission.
Yeah, and at least you're going to get good filmmaking. You've got some great actors
Todd Phillips
in
is
there.
directing it, isn't he?
Todd Phillips directing. Lawrence Sher doing the cinematography again. I mean, even look at Black Adam. Like the film looks great. Like even though it's heavily CGI'd, that it's made by a good filmmaker. And I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be something different. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, before we move on to the next thing, we've got a super chat from Our Watch. Thank you so much, Our Watch, for the super chat. Our Watch says, DC is making bold movies, and I love it. I think he's referencing Joker here and the Batman. A comic book / musical / sequel to a character deep dive is so interesting. It could also fail in the way that Multiverse of Madness failed by trying to make a comic horror movie. Yeah, I see that, and I do like that they're making big moves. And I think if it wasn't for the filmmaker himself, like they wouldn't have like actively pursued making Joker a musical. I think it was down to him and I guess Joaquin and whoever else is involved. But what do you guys think about this in terms of him referencing Multiverse of Madness?
I think Multiverse of Madness was a interesting case because I think they always had an idea of going slightly horror, because I know even when Scott Derrickson was on the project, he spoke about doing it because he comes from a horror background as well. I think the problem is we'll never truly get a comic book horror movie in the MCU because
you can't go that dark.
You can't.
Because think of the children. Because think of the damn children.
Because even you get Sam Raimi, who's like the king of camp horror, to do it, and there was some cool like horror-ish elements in that movie, like the moment of Scarlet Witch like sort of crawling out the mirror and stuff. Like that. There's some good moments, but you can't go that far with it. Whereas like with DC, as Our Watch says, like they are a bit more experimental. They do have these kind of more dark thing. So I think like we're a lot more likely to get like a horror movie out of DC
Yeah,
than we are out of Marvel. Like I could see them doing horror with something like Swamp Thing down the line. Like we know that that's coming from
which
James
we have.
Mangold.
Yeah.
So that could be like something to look out for if they do like sort of pursue the Justice League Dark route, which I would love to see them do, like a Justice League Dark movie. Like you could totally do that. And I think there's a lot more room for experimentation within DC than there.
You know what we need?
Marvel.
We need a Sam Raimi Justice League Dark film.
He would be a good choice for that.
He would be great. He would make that really good.
It's the fact it still makes me sad that at one point, like about 10 years ago, Del Toro was going to do it.
Oh, like, yeah. He would be great.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many good options. And I love, you know, as much as the DCEU wasn't perfect, I love the Elseworlds projects they do. And I love the risks that they take with the Batman, with Joker. Obviously, in the past, you've had, you know, the Dark Knight trilogy. Like, even with Joker, you can see they took a risk with that. That's not, well, we saw it didn't hit with everyone. Everyone didn't agree with it because it's not a basic, like, agreeable film that everyone's going to go in like the MCU and you're going to be like, okay, that's like, you either like it and it's just like distinctly average or you really like it. There's no one that's like going to say, okay, that was fucking shit, you know? Like,
yeah,
it's
but
just not
going to. The Joker is like you say, it wasn't the most agreeable, but it turned a lot of heads. You know, those word of mouth. People were interested, and it made $1 billion, which is impressive for an R-rated movie.
Very low budget film and R-rated. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, it just shows that like sometimes experimentation, if you actually make a good movie, like, and you know, there's good word of mouth for it, it goes a long way. But I do have a question though. Because we're talking about like their Elseworld movies, which I always find their Elseworld stuff way more interesting than their mainline cinematic universe stuff.
I agree.
Like, would you guys be interested? Because this is how I personally feel. If DC just went back to releasing just standalone stuff completely,
I would be all in
for it.
Cinematic
universe as a whole.
I would be all in for it. I'm a big fan of that. Like, I think even
I kind of miss the days of everything, like of not everything being connected, because now it feels almost like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and it feels like every film is like, or a TV show is like a stepping stone, and you're just waiting for the next one. So this film isn't that important. And I feel like that's maybe why the Batman and Joker were so good. You weren't waiting for the next film. You were like, okay, this is something different. And this is exciting that it's different from what we normally get. Andy, what do you think about this?
I'm very conflicted on it because I do think that we can live in a world now where we can have a cinematic universe across TV and film where these characters can all, you know, they can coexist. But I agree that we don't have to have like, well, you have to watch every movie because we're building up to Infinity Stones, for example. Like I feel like again, it's like like do crossover,
well, you know, like now,
or things like that. Rather than having like a pattern of, you know, this is our storyline for this phase or this chapter and so on. Again, like do crossovers whenever you feel it's appropriate. Like again, again, even though I know the pandemic really fucked up the final years of the Arrowverse, you know, I liked when we had, you know, like we got Armageddon after 2 years of the pandemic, where like again, like it's a, you know, it made sense for them to bring it together because it tied into other things, but then it wasn't like we were having a crossover every season again just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
So for me, like when it comes to DC, I'm ready for having something like James Gunn's DC universe, but also where like everything does feel like it's going to have its own unique tone. It's not going to be like a cookie cutter where like that started happening with the Marvel Cinematic Universe during Phase 2 and 3. So, but yeah, I also don't mind having like an Elseworld film here and there. But right now it's like because I don't know, because I feel because, you know, look, even with the Batman universe, they're now doing spin-offs already. So like, you know, they're already kind of moving away from this point of having self-contained worlds. But I want something there in the middle where like I want them to all coexist and like so they have at least the option to crossover whenever they want to, but they don't feel like they have to do just to, you know, bring
for the sake of it. Yeah, like you said, like the Arrowverse, it always felt special when there was a crossover. It never felt like, oh, we were just expecting this to happen, you know? Like I remember the first time the Flash ran into Supergirl and I was like, holy shit, like it blew my mind, you know? Or the first time Supergirl met Arrow, you're like, wow, like this is a crossover of all these worlds, even though they're Arrowverse shows and we knew they were connected. They don't, it always felt special. And, when you go to MCU films and you see other people pop up in other people's projects, you're like, okay, that's cool, but it doesn't excite you the way that the Arrowverse, kind of got us all like super excited, right?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. So anyway, I think some sort of middle ground. I think it would be great if they can, still make Elseworlds projects. I hope the DCU doesn't make, future films like what the Batman did. Yes, they're doing spin-offs now, but like initially it was a standalone, or like Joker. I hope there is a possibility that they can do that. But I think the perfect way to go is probably not follow the MCU and make it one consistent tone. It's by going film by film, connect the characters rather than connecting the overall like tone. I think you could have Swamp Thing. It can be like super dark and more like a horror, and then you can go to Supergirl and it'd be more like a kind of cosmic space film because that's what the comic is. And then you could go Superman Legacy, kind of classic Superman film. But then you can go Brave and the Bold, and you can do something different. A Green Lantern out in space, and do
boost the goal of a futuristic comedy.
Really funny,
That's what I want to, because that's what I think the Arrows did so well. Is that we're like, if we look at the different shows that we had, like Arrow was the crime.
They weren't all the same, were they?
They were not all the same. Yeah, the Arrow was the crime drama. The Flash was the sci-fi family show.
Yeah.
Black Lightning was like the darker political superhero thriller. Batwoman was Ruby Rose. Well, I mean, but for me, Batwoman doesn't really start for me until season 2 because
I agree.
Yeah.
So yeah, Batwoman was the next crime drama show to replace Arrow, and then you had Supergirl, kind of like again like a very feminist superhero adventure, and then. And so again, you had all these different shows where they felt unique, but the problem with Marvel is that they have done so much. Again, like, there was a time where I couldn't tell some of these films apart. Like Ant-Man felt like Guardians. Guardians felt like the 4 movies. Like like this and this and this kept going on, and it was just it felt like cookie cutter to me. That's why like later on now we're starting to see some more standouts and stuff, but it's. Yeah, that's what the DCU needs to focus on. Like, yeah, you can have connectivity, but like, yeah, like bring in someone like James Mangold to do Swamp Thing, and then maybe you bring in someone like
or someone,
or Andy Muschietti for something like the Flat, for Batman the Brave and the Bold, and then don't make it so that all of these films have to feel like, oh, they're all family friendly, safe, light, optimistic. Because
I hope some of them are R-rated. I hope some of them are not R-rated.
I'm really hoping Swamp Thing will be R-rated. I don't think it will, but I do think it's gonna be like a hard PG-13. But like it's definitely gonna be like out of these 5 first films they announced, I think Swamp Thing will be the darkest one.
Definitely, yeah, for sure. What else? Well, if we look at like Creature Commandos, which is coming out this year, what do we expect from that? Because that's the first DCU project. It's a TV show. It's an animated show. James Gunn has previously said that the voice cast in that TV show are going to appear later in DCU. Obviously, if plans go as expected. So, what are we expecting from that first DCU project?
It's weird that that's the first one.
Yeah, it is a bit strange.
Really strange. And also, I do wonder, like, are me and you, Ben, going to be able to watch this?
Yeah, like, how are we going to watch it? Are they going to come up with a solution for international audiences?
But, I mean, Creature Commandos, like, obviously, we've not really seen anything from it. But, I mean, if James Gunn's previous track record with, these kind of ragtag teams of heroes is anything to go by, it should be pretty good. I also think in animated form, I'm excited that it's animated. I think that allows them to obviously do a bit more with little.
Yeah.
The cast of characters they've got for it looks really fun. And the voice cast they've assembled for it is really cool. So yeah, I think it'll be really interesting. I'm also interested to see if there's any kind of connection to the previous universe, because obviously James Gunn is kind of picking and choosing what he brings over. This is carrying on some things, like Weasel's in this, played by Sean Gunn again.
Mm-hmm.
You've also got like Rick Flag Sr., what's going on there. I did have a theory that potentially, because we know we're getting this, and then following this, we're getting Waller.
Yeah.
I do wonder if this is potentially paving the way for like the next version of the Suicide Squad, where perhaps Waller, at this point in time in the universe, has the Creature Commandos, and they might all die at the end of this season. You don't know. And then she then creates Task Force X.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think it could be fun though. I think it could be a fun show. I just think it's really strange that they're leading with this and not Superman Legacy.
Yeah,
I think it's because I think Creature Commandos, that's the one he had finished writing. I think at that point.
Yeah.
And animation does, it's an animated property. They are quicker to make, so I think that's probably why they kind of like, well, this, naturally we have this. I mean, if anything, they might just last minute decide, oh, you know what, like we're gonna save it until 2025. If so, just make sure that Superman Legacy is the one to start for, maybe really properly first start.
We don't have an official release date yet, do we?
No, I mean the episodes are like they're like they're done. In terms of like everyone has done their voice lines and stuff like that. I'm sure they're just now doing post production stuff. For me, it's so funny because Creature Command is like, by the time it got announced, it was basically, I'm like, this is just Doom Patrol but with a different name.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
but what I'm excited about is seeing how will because I'm always excited for animation styles when they do animated superhero stuff, and based on that first photo that came out, I'm like, oh, this looks different. It looks unique. Because I was kind of like, are we kind of stuck to the Tomorrowverse kind of format? Even though I do like the Tomorrowverse, it's kind of like, is this what we're doing now animation wise? So, but yeah, you know what? Like I will take a 7-episode adventure as we kind of like get ready for DC universe.
Fully written by James Gunn, by the way, all the episodes. So, it's going to be in tone with what he's setting up. I'm looking forward to those 7 episodes. It's rumored to be in 2024 towards the end of the year, but we don't actually know. There's no like official date. Alwatch sends in another super chat and shouts out to Jamie, who's been a member for 32 months. That's crazy. Well, thanks, Jamie. Alwatch says, even Oliver said, damn, Central City is hella bright, kind of pointing out there is different tones between the two shows. It's true. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. It's just like the Arrowverse.
Never sunny in Star City, is it?
No, exactly. Like even in universe, they pointed out it's different. It was, I liked that one night we could have the Flash, the next night we can have Arrow, and we feel like we're in a different world.
Good old days.
But they're connected, Yeah, good old days. I don't know. I have hope for the future that DC shows, can come back and to be as exciting for us fans. But I just don't know. I think at the Arrowverse was something special. Yeah, not everyone liked all the shows. But I think the interconnected nature and the way they did it was way more special than the MCU or the DCEU or anything. But that's just my opinion. Fabian says, Ben, in Superman Lois's finale, I want to see Kara Danvers' Supergirl shirt rip. Well, I'm not sure if Supergirl's going to be in it, but that would be cool, of course. When could you expect a trailer for Creature Commandos? Do we have any theories? Comic-Con, maybe? Would be a good bet.
Maybe.
Maybe
Wonder releasing it.
They could maybe do something on WonderCon because that's also in California, so that would be like easy for people, because a lot of actors are in in LA and stuff like that, so they could get there kind of easy, and that would also kind of be a way for them to kind of compete a little bit because this year is very superhero light in terms of Marvel and DC, so that could be be something where like they have Creature Commandos really dominating WonderCon, and then in July they obviously do something with Superman Legacy at San Diego Comic-Con, But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it depends on what other TV. If there's any TV events coming up, I wouldn't be surprised if that's where they kind of start marketing Creature Commandos. I don't know if for anyone who's lucky, just ask James Gunn on Threads. Maybe he will give you a clue. He just seems to respond to everyone these days, just like
he does, yeah,
random stuff over and over and over again. So yeah,
and I'm thinking, what MCU projects are are coming this year. Is the
it's
Agatha
Deadpool
show
3,
coming?
and that's it. Well, movie wise, it's Deadpool 3, and then we're getting Echo and Agatha. I think there's a couple of animated projects as well, like
So
X-Men
nothing like
97.
X-Men 97.
Yeah.
I think that Spider-Man show is coming out this year as well.
So
Yeah.
very light on the MCU then.
It's very,
But don't worry, boys, because yes, it may be light on MCU, it may be light on DC, but Sony's Spum universe is coming in hard.
I am
to
excited.
Save the year.
I am
to
excited.
Save the year. The Spum universe. It's time. It's ready.
I am so fucking excited and ready for like I am excited for Madam Web. I am excited for Craven and Venom. Like I'm not saying it ironically. Like I actually mean like I'm really looking forward to seeing those movies.
I'm mainly excited for the post-credit scenes just to see can they top the Morbius one. Is it possible? Can they do it? I don't know.
I'm looking forward to Madam Web. I think I haven't watched too much of the footage, but I like Madam Web in the comics, so that's actually a film that kind of interests me, but I don't know much about it. But yeah, let's move on to talk about other films, other TV shows we're looking forward to in this year as we end the stream. So send in any final super chats that you guys have. We'll be sure.
Normal super chats.
Yes, normal super chats.
Normal super chats.
So I'll list off a few films that I think some people are going to be looking forward to, and then we'll go into some ones that maybe you're interested in. There's June Part 2. Obviously, that was supposed to release last year. I think most people are looking forward to that. Furiosa, the new Mad Max film, looks interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I think Ballerina is coming out this year, the John Wick spinoff with Ana de Armas, right? I think.
Yeah. Again, I feel very weird about that. Like, especially
Cinematic universe. Cinematic universe.
Like, why we do it? It's like John Wick 4. Spoilers for John Wick 4. John Wick dies. But now we're getting like a spin-off, which it's already been confirmed that Keanu has a cameo in it. So it's like
dead Keanu.
It's like I know obviously this is going to be a prequel, but it's like damn, like we're really defiling John Wick already. And I know they've already spoke about doing a 5th movie as well, but like please don't.
Wait, rewind. Didn't you say he just died?
Yeah, he just died.
Yeah. But then
exactly. We don't know, but they're already talking about doing a 5th one. So I mean, unless it's like John Wick in Hell or something, which I guess would be kind of interesting.
No, I mean,
for a second, I thought that was like a joke of him doing Constantine 2.
No, it's real.
Also, we have Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scar Giver.
I'm excited for that.
So the conclusion to that.
What do you mean conclusion? There's a 3rd one coming.
Oh, there's that one as well.
Yeah, you freaking Snyder hater. You just don't want to see him succeed.
Oh wow.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah,
Is there a 3rd Rebel Moon?
Yeah, I mean he's planning it as a trilogy, so like because given how
has he made it?
He hasn't made it, but like I mean the first one fucking like what was it, like 60 million views or something?
But does the first one that's just come out, because obviously it's part 1, part 2, does that count as one movie then for him, or is that?
But yeah, I guess just split into 2 parts, maybe. Well, they showed it back to back.
Or they're doing like what they're doing with the Batman, like they had the Batman Part 1, which is like movie number 1, the Batman Part 2, movie number 2,
Part 1, June Part 2, yeah. Also, there's
I've still not seen Rebel Moon yet because I cannot be asked. But...
Yeah, I haven't seen it. There's also the new Quiet Place film. Looking forward to that. Quiet Place Day 1. That's coming out in June. Deadpool 3 is supposed to come out in like July time, I think. Could be wrong about that. Craven, we've talked about that. Beetlejuice 2. I think there's a new Transformers film. Joker, of course. So what's the projects you guys are looking forward to in this year that aren't like DC or Marvel, I guess?
I have a few TV shows I'm looking forward to. That the final seasons of You and Cobra Kai. I'm excited for that. I'm assuming the Sandman will be back this year.
Yeah, I like the Sandman.
So I'm excited for more episodes of the Sandman. Also, I'm excited for because this is a DC show technically. It's Deadpool Detectives that's coming to Netflix.
That's right. again.
Yeah, it's one of my good friends. She works on this, so I'm excited to see what they're kicking up there. Now it's also part of the Sandman universe. You know,
Are we looking? Sorry, you go, Andy.
No, you go. It's your show.
No, no. I'm going off topic, so you carry on.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with that because they've been working on it for so long. And then I don't know if it's premiering this year, but like when I was interviewing Daniel Bruhl for Screen Rant, he mentioned that he's actually in the franchise as a new HBO show that's actually it's like a satire of the superhero movie genre of like,
I've heard about this, yeah.
Yeah, like it's almost like Entourage, but like for superhero like media.
Right.
So I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with that. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me on the TV side of things because I don't really watch broadcast TV anymore. Like I kind of like it would be a miracle if I even watch Lois live this season. I will do it for my friends who are on the show if I have to, but otherwise I'm like it will be on Max pretty quickly. But yeah, definitely those are some of the shows I'm looking forward to. What about Declan? What about you? What other shows do you watch? Like in terms of like non-DC Marvel stuff?
I mean, I watch a bit of this, bit of that, but I think shows that particularly stand out to me. I mean, I'm very excited for the return of The Boys. I love The Boys.
Yes.
Season 4 coming out, presumably probably in June, July.
Is that when? Is that when they come? Sorry, not to interrupt, but because I started watching The Boys last year, and I don't know when it's. Do you guys usually get it in the summer?
Season 3 came out in June of 2022. And they just dropped the trailer saying it came out a couple months ago, so I think they're probably going to drop it around June, July again, if I suspect, because it looks pretty done at this point. And then also to mention my next show, because that kind of ties in, I'm very excited for the Amazon Prime Fallout series. And that's coming out in April, so I sort of theorized that Prime's big show for that point in time will be Fallout, and then a couple months later we'll get The Boys. But the Fallout series looks really good. I'm always interested and excited for a new video game adaptation. Like, I'm a huge gamer, so like anything that's a video game adaptation, I'm always just going to flock to just to see what it's like, especially in this kind of video game revolution we're kind of in at the moment.
Andy, we need a CSGO film.
I mean,
we got to play Andy, by the way.
I know we got to play. I mean, if you want CSGO as a movie, I mean, this might be really dark, but like, you can just look what you can just watch American Forces in Afghanistan.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're just looking for counter-terrorists taking out terrorists, then just
any American film, yeah.
Yeah, I want what movie I want? I want a Valorant movie. If either of you know what Valorant is.
Yeah, of course.
I know.
That would be
that would. I can't tell if you're being like absolutely sarcastic right now. Better if you're just kind of like.
I'm not being sarcastic. I know what Valorant is.
Okay, what is it?
My friends play it. I haven't played it myself, but I know.
Okay.
I know.
Like, yeah, it's like CS. It's like CS. Yeah. But I want to because I think the company that owns Arcane that is based on is it League of Legends?
Yeah.
I think they why haven't they done something for Valorant yet? So but sorry, I want to hear more with Declan what he's what's on his watch list for 2024.
Yeah, so like I said, I think Fallout looks really great. I'm just excited to see what they actually do with that. In terms of other shows, I mean, there's a show I've actually just started watching, which I'm just excited to watch more of throughout the year. Is I've started watching What We Do in the Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely brilliant. I'm hooked on it right now. I'm in season 2, but it's just amazing, and I know it has been greenlit for a final 6th season now. I love the movie, but I never watched the show, and the show's fantastic. It's absolutely wonderful. But yeah, I can't really think of any other shows that are coming out, because I mean, I initially want to say like the last of the season 2, but that's not going to come out till like 2025 now.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, but they haven't even started filming it yet, because obviously it got pushed back from the strike.
Okay, well yeah, that makes sense, because I was like, what was it? Oh, then it was House of the Dragons that had filmed already. That was done.
Yeah, season 2 House of the Dragon, I think, is this
coming.
year.
Yeah. What? Okay, I'll pop in with my TV shows and we can go.
Melissa's Benoist's new show on HBO Max. That's his
yes.
number one exciting show.
It looks cool. What's up, Canada Graphs? Welcome. Staggerville, we'll get to your super chat in a minute. I think, for me, my favorite show of all time is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, I love it so much.
Oh, yeah, good job.
I hate the film so bad. Like, it's terrible.
What film?
So, the new Netflix show,
it looks
live action. I don't know what to expect. But I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued with the new show on Netflix.
I'm really hoping it's good.
I really hope it's good. I like the trailer. I like the images. I like the casting.
It's looking good.
It looks really good
until we actually see it. Like, I just don't think it suits live action so well. Like, I don't know. Like,
but look at at least trying. At least they're look at they're trying.
At least they're trying.
I never saw that. I saw the animated show. I'm not allowed. I remember because when I accidentally called it an anime, people at Comic-Con got so mad at me. So I'm like,
it's American animated show.
Yeah, no, but I got scolded in front of a bunch of Legend of Korra fans. Like when I was lining up for the Age of Shield panel for the first year.
I mean, anime is great.
But yeah, anime. I love anime, but don't say anime in front of those people because they get fucking furious. Like they actually yelled at me outside the comp. Yeah, they were fucking pissed. I'm not kidding. Like I was traumatized. I'm like, and I watched like one episode of Recording with them in Ballroom 20. I'm like, oh, this show's pretty cool. But no, but like it looks like at least Netflix is trying with this. So like I gotta get them kudos because that movie.
It sucked ass. Yeah, like the VFX was so bad. Like they really gotta find a way to make it feel, somewhat realistic, somewhat believable. Because oh my god, I don't want to think about that film. It's so bad. I'm looking forward to Invincible season 2 part 2 as well. Don't know when that's coming out, but I love Invincible. Squid Game 2, the season 2. That's kind of interesting. I know a lot of people were a big fan of that. Looking forward to the Agatha show, like we mentioned before. I actually like I said before, I actually like WandaVision quite a lot.
Agatha is the first Marvel project, maybe in history, that I have zero interest in.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I just like.
Excuse me, you will not disrespect Miss Catherine Hahn on this stream.
It's nothing against Catherine Hahn. I love Catherine Hahn. I think I loved WandaVision. WandaVision.
Okay.
I just do not give a shit about this. I don't need an Agatha show. It doesn't interest me in any way, shape, or form. It might change when we see some footage for it. I might think, oh, it's all right. It looks okay. But I have literally.
I love witches. And I love magic and witches and so on. So I'm like, because I'm still. Oh no, what is he?
Look how good this looks. Like it's just giving you too much hope. Like that's such a good casting. But
this.
Just wanted to pop up.
I mean, this looks really, really good. Like, I honestly, like, again, like, I don't know anything about Avatar, but like, when I saw the trailer, I'm like, okay, from the little bits and pieces I've seen of the animated show, I'm like, okay, I gotta give them respect for actually trying. Like this, because I know like one of the big issues with Jesus Christ, you have answer your emails, Ben. 9,000 emails. Jesus Christ.
That's a spam email. That's not my normal email.
Okay.
Like you sign up for stuff.
One of the issues I remember that the movie had was that they did all the casting wrong, ethnicity wise. But this is they're actually
all white.
Yeah. I'm glad I wasn't the one to say it. But like for me, when I see this, I'm like, okay, this looks like they're actually trying.
Continue. Sorry.
Is that a cat? All right, Jesus. But look, they're actually. I know it was a cat. I'm glad that they're actually trying, and because again, that One Piece show that is based on the beloved on anime and manga. That looks also like again like they're now. I think Netflix is finally tapping into the right. Genre, I think that whereas like like DC, Warner Bros. Can have their properties, Disney have their property, and now Netflix can tap into these other worlds like Avatar, One Piece. So I think again, I gotta give them kudos. It will the show be shit, we will see. But like, I feel like okay, they're actually trying. Like there has to be a reason why it took so long for us to see anything. Because like Declan, I don't know like when they even announced it. I feel like it was like 5-6 years ago.
It was a long time ago. It was at least 3 years ago. I remember it sort of popping about, and then But I feel like if this adaptation fails, they need to stop because clearly it can't be done. But I mean, I think Netflix they've been having a pretty good run of it when it comes to their anime stuff. Live action. Like One Piece did pretty well. I actually really want to watch that. I've never seen the One Piece anime. I've not watched anime at all, really. But I always thought that looked cool. I also did watch all of their Cowboy Bebop adaptation. That was an anime I have always been interested in, but I've never watched it. But when they did the live action one, I did watch that. I love John Cho as well, so the fact that he was the lead was like an instant sort of get for me. And that was like decent. I didn't love it. I thought it was a bit slow. But it was a decent kind of start. And then, like I say, I think One Piece did better, and hopefully Avatar will also do better as well. And just hopefully it's good. Avatar deserves it. It's such a good show.
Yeah.
It needs a good adaptation. I feel like this could be it.
Yeah, because the original show, how long did it run for before they did the Korra show?
It's 4 seasons, and each season is based on what's called like a book, but it's basically an element. So like season 1.
Wait! Don't you mean a graphic novel? Don't you mean a graphic novel?
Well, no, it's book 1 was water, book 2 if I remember correctly was earth, and then it was fire, and then it was air. I think was the order from what I recall.
That's gonna be because again, the little I know about Avatar is the what's it called, the bending. It sounds so sexual when I say it for some reason. I'm so sorry, but like the power bending of all the elements, like that's what I'm really excited.
Why are you gonna make it so sexual, Andy?
I will make you bend over. But what I'm saying, when I hear fire bending, earth bending, water bending, I'm like, okay, if they got a good, I don't know what the VFX company is that they have for this, but if they get something really, really like a really good company that is doing this, this could be some of the greatest TV like visuals we've seen in a very long time.
I mean,
is that cat all right? Like what? Like are like what? Why?
She just knocks over the plant.
She's doing. No, I see. No, she's doing it again. I see her in the. Oh,
she is asking for attention. That plant in the background is completely fucked. It just fell on the ground. You destroyed it, but she's cute. We'll give her.
Oh my god! No, not the tree.
One. Easy. Sorry, we got an intruder on the stream, but yeah.
Go get her, like hold her, like maybe like she'll calm down. Maybe she just wants your attention.
On stream. Oh, she ran away.
She didn't want your attention, Ben.
She doesn't want my attention. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to Avatar. I can't believe you haven't watched it, Andy. Like I felt like you watched it. I don't know. I felt like Cecile, I feel like you felt wrong. Okay,
but no, but I here's the thing. Like, when I heard they were doing live action, I was like, I'm gonna watch it. But then I'm like, but if I watch it, then I'm like, I know what's gonna happen in the live action show because they're probably not gonna. They're not changing.
They're not gonna change that much, no.
Like that, I don't know if that fan base can actually deal with that. But
no, I'm actually like very hesitant because I think they're doing the exact story like book 1 that they did in film,
graphic novel 1
season. So it's like our main comparison probably isn't even going to be the animated show. It's probably going to be the film, right? Because it's live action. You're going to be like, okay, how are they going to make this better? Like,
but wait, because based on what Declan said while you were dealing with your cat, 1 book equals 1 season. So like, couldn't they do just that format? Like, why would it have to be like the movie?
What do you mean?
You just said you said it's probably gonna be more like the movie than it's gonna be like the animated show.
No, just in our minds, we're gonna be comparing to the M. Night film. We're gonna be like, okay, this. Well,
that sounds like a you problem, Ben. Like like you need to let go of the past and focus on this. This looks good. Like this looks
looks
accurate.
Good. But I don't know.
We just need a date now.
I just think
March, isn't it?
They should skip book 1 because we've seen it already in live action. But
I
it's
think
important.
they probably are planning to do it as like a 4-season show, and obviously we'll get each
Korra.
season being.
But I think we need it every year. I think they need to be faster, because if we just have season 1 and then we have to wait 3 years, like
they're not gonna. It's not gonna be 3 years. I think like
no, but it's Netflix. You never know. So
like I think like with any new show,
it took such a long time to make it in the first place. Like it's been announced like 6 years ago or something.
They could always do tax write-downs.
Of course they can.
Exactly. She agrees with me. So
Yeah,
no, but I think that again, I think Avatar is gonna. I feel like based on what's coming out already, it looks like you can. I mean, you can only at least we can give them A for effort, because this looks like oh wow, like they're putting their everything into it, because one, they know the fan base will never forgive them if they fuck it up, but two, is like they're now planning like this can become like their big Game of Thrones if they want to.
Yeah, and at least the casting this time around isn't racist. That also helps.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, let's answer a couple of super chats that have been sent in. Sorry for the delay, Staggervore. Thank you for the super chat. He says, I've been seeing a couple of updates for the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow film. Are you excited about it based on what we know so far? Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I can't wait to see the casting and any developments. Yeah, any Supergirl project I'm interested in. I'm a super big fan of Supergirl.
I bet you are.
DC characters. I liked Sasha's version in The Flash. We talked about this before, Staggervore. I know you're a big Supergirl fan. So yeah, just looking forward to seeing Supergirl, and hopefully they're a big part of the DCU. It seems like James Gunn is positioning them to be, but we'll have to wait and see. What do you guys think? Are you excited for Supergirl tomorrow? It's a good comic book. You've read it, Andy, right? Surely. I haven't started reading it yet. So Chainsaw actually bought it from me. So actually, like on my table, like there's like I actually have it as well.
Well, I'm not shocked that you do. Like I'm like like it's like you're gonna like when the Supergirl becomes public domain. No, stop, get down. No. She's getting on another plan. No, I'm not kidding. She's getting on another plan right now.
I see.
Turn around. Yeah, stop her.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm hoping we just find out who's gonna be playing Kara. Like because there's all these rumors now, like she's gonna be in Legacy, which I figured like if I don't know how you feel about this, Declan, but if Supergirl is in Superman Legacy, I feel she's just gonna be there for like a post credit scene or something.
Yeah, I fully predict that if DC, the new slate of DC films, are going to be doing post credit scenes, which I'm sure they will. The Superman Legacy post credit scene will be Supergirl, 100%.
Yeah, they're going to be setting stuff up, like it just makes sense, and that. The
only thing I'm curious in, sorry, Ben, go on.
It's all right. You go.
The only thing I'm curious in is how they're going to differentiate Superman and Supergirl tone-wise. The fact that we're getting both a Superman film and a Supergirl film within the same sort of maybe 3 to 4 years, because in my mind that they're very similar in tone from the comics. I'm interested to see how they differentiate them, because I feel like you have to change them a bit, otherwise you're essentially making the same movie.
Yeah, I think the main difference will be that if you know the comic, it's set in space and it's more like this kind of cosmic adventure. So I don't think Superman Legacy is going to be as kind of out there. It's going to be more kind of down to earth, I guess. Like just look at Supergirl and Superman Lois. They're two very different shows when you look at it, even though, in the comics, they're similar. They're a similar character. But I think there is a way, and I think, I have faith that they're going to be different enough. What do you think, Andy?
No, I agree. I think that I think Supergirl is going to be a little more maybe edgier. I think because that's what people were talking about when it came to the comic with Woman of Tomorrow, and
it's more edgy.
Because I believe that we can live in a world where we can have Superman and Supergirl project at the same time. So, but I'm really curious to see who's gonna play her. Chainsaw, he had a really good casting suggestion on like last year. I don't know if you watched Cobra Kai, Declan, but Peyton List, if you know who she is.
I remember her. She used to be on a few like Disney Channel shows when I was a kid. I
Yeah.
remember her.
Yeah.
I've seen her name thrown around. She's good. The name I've seen thrown around, which I really like, is Angourie Rice. She's probably most well known from The Nice Guys.
Spider-Man.
She's a really good choice. Yeah, she was in the MCU Spider-Man movies as well.
Wait, who did you play?
She was
she was Betty Brant.
Peter Parker's class, right?
Oh,
You did all the news reports.
Yeah. No, I know who she is, but I'm thinking like, yeah, that's not bad.
I mean, she looks
think,
like Supergirl. She looks
Kieran
like
Shipka could be quite good as well. I like Kieran
Shipka. Yeah,
I'm a big fan of her. Yeah, she's. Good.
I know. I don't know if they're gonna do this, but like, I kind of, also because I know this would drive Ben absolutely insane. But I would really love to see Lily Reinhart from Riverdale as Supergirl.
Why would that drive me insane?
Because
I'm a fan of her.
I need you to Google Lily Reinhart and Melissa Benoist. Just do it.
Okay, I'll do it after. Guys.
No.
We want me to do it on stream.
Yeah, do it like a fucking reaction because I want to see if you will see what I'm seeing.
Well, they were friends before, or
no. I mean, they look almost exactly the same.
They do, yeah.
And I'm like, could you accept that someone that looks like Melissa would basically be Supergirl on the big screen?
I can accept that.
Okay, so it's not gonna be. You're not gonna sit there being like, I wish it was Melissa.
No, like I've accepted that. We're moving on. It's gonna be a new.
Okay. Yeah, but she's also she's a good actress.
I like her. She's good in Riverdale. So
she's a really good actress. So yeah. I saw someone in the chat going like, wasn't there a rumor that Catherine Newton got approached for a role of Supergirl, but due to schedule with Marvel, she couldn't. I want some rumor. Yeah, but it wasn't more. It wasn't more so that she and James Gunn started following each other on Instagram.
Maybe, I don't know.
But also I want someone who can act to play Supergirl.
Yeah, they have to be a good actor. It can't just be you look like Supergirl from the comics, or you look like Melissa. So Lily's automatically getting the job.
Well, she's actually a good actress. I don't think Catherine Newton is a good actress. Again, I mean, I know that you went off to the Ant-Man movies, Ben, but like, yeah, like when she was in Ant-Man 3, like she is not acting; she's just reading her lines.
No, she wasn't good in Ant-Man 3. No, I completely agree. Yeah, I think Lily's better actor, but I like Kiernan Shipka as well. I think that's a very inspiring. I really like her in Sabrina. She's really good.
She also, I don't know if you guys watched Totally Killer, which came out last year on Prime. It was a fun little horror movie, and she was really good in that.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm a fan of quite a lot of the people we talked about, but okay, we got one more super chat from Gary. Gary says, "Are you mad at me, DC Central? And do you have kids?"
Two very interesting questions. Am I mad at you? No, I barely know who you are.
Gary, he's getting roasted on stream.
I need to know what this where did this come from? Like, are you mad at me? Like,
he just says it. He says it in every live stream.
The same question like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I'm not mad at you, Gary. I find your questions very entertaining. I feel like you should maybe make your own YouTube channel and voice your opinions. And do I have kids? No, I don't.
Okay.
Do you want kids one day?
That is the question.
As you're saying that, Andy, my girlfriend is sat behind me, who literally, before you said that, said, "Ask, does he want kids?" And as I'm looking at you now, and you know the answer to that question, which is yes.
Hey, we got a reveal live on stream. Congrats, Gary. Congrats. I know you've been trying to get that out of all of us. Every guest I have here.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't want no fucking kids. Fuck them kids. I want a dog though. So, is your girlfriend a big DC or a Marvel fan?
That is the question.
You've been asked the question. Oh, you're delayed. DC or Marvel? Marvel.
Can you accept that?
I can. I can accept that. Well, can you? I mean, because are you gonna ever invite her now?
I mean, the thing is, I can accept it because I like both pretty much equally. I mean, I've always given a slight edge to DC, but I like them pretty equally.
Fair enough. I don't know if I could, accept that. No, I'm joking.
You couldn't.
Yeah, what the hell is Ben gonna do if he has kids and his kids become like fucking Marvel fans shows? He's gonna be like adoption.
I'm gonna
I'm
get
gonna be
disowned.
like, guys, do your homework. I'm just gonna, lock them in a room.
Do your homework, i.e. watch Supergirl.
No.
Yeah.
You know what he will do? You know what he will do? He was like,
Here's Supergirl seasons 1 through to 6.
no.
What?
I will. You're gonna force him to watch season 4, 5, and 6. Really?
Yes. It's
Okay.
homework, Andy.
Yeah. You're gonna be like, listen. You're gonna be like, I'm no Uncle Ben. I'm Father Ben. I'm not nice at all. I ain't getting shot in some alley and making you guys, into Spider Women. Like, you guys are gonna fucking love DC, or I'm giving you a
Yeah. Well, I can't be Uncle Ben. We can all just say that because that's bad luck. So, all right. I think that pretty much does it. So we talked about what we're looking forward to, the DC projects, and Daniel says if DC Central has kids, then Ben will be Uncle Ben. Oh, you've literally said that before. I'm just seeing if there's anything else.
Wait, can you bring up
Madeline Klein? Who's that?
Oh, she's the she was in Glass Onion.
Oh, which one? Which one was? Which one?
She was like she was Dave Bautista's girlfriend in.
Oh my god, she was so fucking annoying. I mean, most of those characters.
Yeah, but
that's the whole
she was
point.
written to be annoying, right? So.
Oh my, can you bring up what Nathan Bell said at 6:55?
What did Nathan?
I just scroll up. No, scroll up 6:55. I didn't say I would bend him over. I told Ben to bend over on his own free will. I'm not gonna fly over to England and spank him.
He's not gonna force me, guys. So
no, I'm not gonna.
He doesn't have that power to do that over.
I will leave it to the Hollywood creeps to force people to do stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's none here.
I'm not. No, I'm just saying I'm not wrong. They're out there. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that pretty much does it for this live stream, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It was definitely a good stream. Lots to talk about, and lots of funny moments. The cat invading the stream. As I say that, guys. One sec. Literally invading as we do the outro.
Ben, what's your cat's name?
Hazel.
Hazel. I think Hazel needs to become a full-time member of the streams.
Yeah, I think she deserves her own
why does she not like plants? So I know cats have their particular haters of stuff, but what is it with that plant that she doesn't like?
She just she's obsessed with plants. That's all I'll say. She just goes for them. Look, she's trying to beat it up.
Okay, you need to go pick her up. Go pick her up.
I need to play with her, basically.
You've started something now. She thinks it's a game now. You started it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna wait and see if she comes back again because this is getting really.
She's lying on the floor now, so. But.
She's just sitting here waiting.
She's just waiting for me. She's waiting for me, guys. So.
She's like TikTok, or the plan goes.
Okay, that pretty much does it. Thank you guys for watching. Go check out DC Central. Any new videos coming soon? Question mark.
I hope so.
Yeah. Busy holiday period.
Yeah. I mean, I have actually, to be fair, I always do well with my uploads when I've got a week off, and I've got a week off at the end of this month. So.
Fair enough. And Andy, how's things going? What's your plans for next month?
I barely planned what I'm doing next week, so you can find me at Andy Bright all over social media, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, where I stream video games. Maybe I'll have you on when I'm streaming CS or something.
Let's do a live stream CS:GO. Yeah, I'll join your live stream if we do that. Come on, let's do it. Yeah, I know she's in the background. I can't even point. It's reversed.
She's the new Poison Ivy. She's obsessed with plants.
She is obsessed, and
there's your next Todd Phillips Elseworld spinoff.
Yep, Hazy and Todd Phillips. What a pair! All right, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you guys later. Go check out both of their channels and their social media.
And like and subscribe to.
Yes.
Where am I?
Like and subscribe my channel and this live stream. So All right, we'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.